Okay, let's move on to talk about the Summer Tribute Store. Now, the Summer Tribute Store, well, the Tribute Store itself has 2 locations now. It used to be just in the New York area, right across from like Jimmy Fallon ride. It is there. Halloween Horror Nights is there. But sometimes they use the space in Beverly Hills area in the Hollywood. So that's where this one is. And it's actually 3 different rooms. So, it's called Tribute Store Plaza, first of all.
Yes.
And it's almost like an 80s strip mall kind of thing where you've got a mega video rental, you have a mega castle arcade, and you have a tribute theater, which is like the movie theater. And let's just well, first of all, we can go through each room if you want to, or we can just do like a general thing about it. I mean, there's really not much to say, just the fact that it was really cool.
Yeah. Well, okay, we can go through. It was E.T., Jaws, Back to the Future, and Ghostbusters as the main IPs in here.
Those are the ones they focused on.
We can go through each room. So the first one you've got is the mega video rental room.
Yeah.
So it's, if you remember now, for you youngins, you won't know this, but it very much looked, now actually to their credit, this very much looked like definitely an early 80s rental store.
Definitely.
But very much how it used to be with rental stores. So you walked in and particle board walls, VHS tapes.
Is that what they're called? Particle board?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that's called.
Or
wood paneling.
Wood paneling.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
You had the glass counter that were selling like old cameras and stuff like that in there. You had a bunch of old posters.
Yeah.
Like would have been like for movies. They had actual tapes that they were secured, but they were on the shelves, like you could grab them to rent. And I was explaining to our daughter how this used to work.
How you did
she was
it.
like, what are you doing? I was like, well, you didn't just click on Netflix and say, we would like to watch this. You went to the store.
This is a VHS tape.
And if you found a really popular movie and you could get it, this is what you did. So,
and they had those guest pictures. You could put your picture on the VHS tapes that displays it in the store.
Yeah.
And you have to buy that. I forgot how much it was, but you could do that. So that's in the store.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they had a lot of, signs about like, please rewind. They had like where the people worked, all this stuff. Like it was all very, very well themed. Like you could probably there's probably tons of Easter eggs in there that you could check out.
Oh, tons of Easter eggs. The cork board on the wall right before you enter the store had a ton talking about Halloween Horror Nights, Ghostbusters, E.T., Back to the Future, even like Gurg the llama thing. They talked about Earl the squirrel. They had references to Ray's Occult. Remember that from the second Ghostbusters? Is that store he had?
Oh,
there was like an ad for that. Like there was stuff all over the place. So it was really cool.
Yeah, they even had a janitor's closet.
They did, and it said "Get Out."
Yeah.
Mr. Tape is the mascot in this store, and he's a little cassette tape guy thing, and he was positioned everywhere in there, and he said, "If it's not rewound, you won't be found." And I was like, "Oh, dang." That's threatening.
That's very ominous. But so yeah, you go through this area, and in here as well, they had merchandise. Obviously, that's the point of these stores is you go in here and it's themed merchandise in these stores. So
the first section was Ghostbusters. When you first walk in, Ghostbusters. Second one was Back to the Future, and the third one was E.T.
Yeah,
basically.
So and the second one was the Mega Castle Arcade, and very much looked like an arcade you would have saw in the 80s. Like it kind of dark, had the purple light in there a lot of confetti.
No, the confetti floor.
That's what I was saying. Confetti floor.
Yeah,
That's what I meant. Sorry. You couldn't play any of the games. They had a lot of games set up, but they were very much themed to like. They had one that was themed to Halloween Horror Nights. They had one. They was very much themed to Universal, which is cool.
But if you pay attention and you looked on the screen, it would give some names that maybe you not recognize, but it's actually the people that worked on the store.
Yeah.
Like some of the Universal creative teams. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah. And the mascot in here was a giant wizard that seemed to be a theme in the 80s for arcades, was a wizarding arcade. That's what it was in there. But.
And there was a cool Easter egg. So laser tag. There's a laser tag door that says like it's called the Laser Dungeon. And it was actually themed to Dueling Dragons.
Yeah, it was.
And I was like, oh my gosh, that's cool. So
did you ever play Dueling Dragons?
No, it's from the ride.
Oh, there's also a game called Dueling Dragons. But
Oh.
I didn't see this thing, but the
I'm talking
ride
about
was
Fire
there.
and Ice.
Yeah.
The from Islands of Adventure. Yeah,
I was
that's what they
thinking
were
of the
talking about.
game because it was an arcade.
Sorry. Okay. But yeah, so that was the arcade. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was nice. And then the last part was like you were going into a movie theater.
Called the Tribute Theater.
Yes, for it. And I was explaining again to our daughter, this is much like when you used to go to the mall and there was a movie theater in the mall, and this is kind of what it looked like. The counter where you paid would look like the box office where you go get your tickets. But this one was probably it was themed okay, but it wasn't like great. I think this was the weakest room.
Well, each wall had a display of the retro movies they were promoting or whatever. Like one wall was Jaws and had like a big boat on like kind of on the ceiling on the wall. And then one wall was Ghostbusters, and it was the scene of them trying to take down the monster, what are they called? The things at the end. What was her name?
I don't remember much about that movie.
Anyway, another wall was E.T. and it was like it's on a bicycle, like the actual bicycle was up there. And then the wall with the checkout area where they were standing was the clock tower.
Yes, that was cool.
It had the lions up there, and it was lightning. I was like, oh, this is so cool.
On the back wall, you also had a picture opportunity with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh, that's right.
You could get a picture with him. But
That's right, you could.
yeah.
But merchandise galore in there too. So
Yeah.
but
But
it was really cool.
Oh no, I liked it. I thought it was a cool store. I like the 80s theme. I think I like when they do that in these with like the summer, especially. Like last year was Jurassic Park. The summer before was kind of similar. It was like 80s blockbuster.
It was
So I like this idea of that. I mean, the summer ones seem to be the most like nostalgic, I guess you could say maybe.
Okay, so let me ask you something. So if you can remember the last couple of tribute stores that we've seen. So this one, the arcade movie rental one, the retro summer one from was it last year? No, it was 2 years ago. The Jurassic Park one, all the Mardi Gras ones we've seen, Halloween Horror Nights ones we've seen, like the comic one for Halloween Horror Nights last year was really cool. Do you have one that's your favorite or one that you liked more than the others?
I really like the Jurassic Park one.
That was really cool.
That one, in terms
liked
of, it was probably the best one they've done. I mean,
and it lasted forever too.
well, and like the photo ops made it really cool.
Yeah.
Like you got the T-Rex in there, and you got the raptor scene.
Yeah,
like
that's
it just,
very cool.
I thought that was probably the best one they've done. Now this one didn't really have many photo. I mean, when I say photo op with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, it was just on like a cardboard thing on the wall. So there wasn't a lot of photo opportunities like they had with Jurassic Park. So I don't know if that's something
it was a little different.
And they may not want to do that because a lot of it was people wanting to take pictures, and they're obviously wanting to sell you merchandise. So who knows? But yeah, I thought Jurassic Park. What about you?
My favorite, I did like the Jurassic Park one, but my favorite one was when they did the retro movies one where they did the Jurassic Park, or not Jurassic Park, Jaws, E.T., and Back to the Future, and they each had their own room.
Yeah.
That was pretty darn cool. Like the E.T. room looked just like Elliot's room.
Yeah, that was well done. That was probably
loved that
that was like
one.
my second favorite one. I enjoyed that one a lot.
Which year, and I cannot remember this, which year had the Harry Potter room and it looked like it was winter?
That was for Christmas.
Was it the Christmas one?
Yeah, I want to say that was like 21 maybe.
Okay. That one was so cool. I loved that one.
Yeah. I do remember it was a
remember.
Christmas one though.
Okay.
But
I forgot
yeah.
about the Christmas ones.
Yes. But yeah. No, it was cool. It was very we didn't get anything. Jamie wanted to she thought about getting a shirt, but she didn't get it.
I didn't. We were kind of going through quickly because we had to make our time for the DreamWorks Land preview, so we didn't really get to spend a ton of time in this. But we're going back, so
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
But it was great. We did this all on the same day, and we got to see a lot of cool new stuff, and we loved the tribute store. We really enjoy DreamWorks Land, and we'll be obviously excited to go back. And not a lot of complaints over here.
No, I mean no. It was DreamWorks Land was basically about everything I figured it would be. So it was all in line with my expectations, really. But well done, and our kids enjoy it. So especially our son. Our son liked it a lot, probably more than our daughter. But she's getting 7-8-year-old range.
Yeah, she's getting a little high up there.
She still likes Trolls.
Yeah,
But she also likes more rides.
absolutely.
Yeah. So
Yep.